Welcome to this explainer. If you've ever felt like your income just has this hard ceiling, or you're trading way too much of your time for way too little reward, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're breaking down a step-by-step blueprint to mastering a literally life-changing skill, and that is high-ticket closing.
Seriously, just imagine getting paid thousands of dollars, not for creating a product, not for running complicated ad campaigns, and definitely not for managing some massive team. You get paid simply for helping people make decisions. That is exactly what high-ticket closers do. It's kind of the ultimate remote career.
So let's put this into perspective. Here's what that actually looks like in reality. You could literally wake up, crack open your laptop, take a single 30-minute phone call, and earn $1,500 in pure commission. And that's before your morning coffee is even cold. No warehouse, zero inventory, and absolutely no boss looking over your shoulder. Pretty amazing, right? Now, you might be thinking, look, I'm not a natural salesperson. But here's the really surprising reality. Most top earners out there, they started with absolute zero experience. You don't need a silver tongue for this. You just need to be willing to follow a proven system.
So, let's build our foundation. Section 1. What exactly is high-ticket closing?
Basically, high-ticket closing is the art of converting warm, pre-qualified leads into buyers of premium-priced products, which usually means anything over $1,000. The absolute crucial point here is that this is consultative selling. You're acting as a trusted advisor, right? Not some pushy retail salesperson trying to convince a total stranger to buy something they don't even want. This is a massive paradigm shift. Think about traditional sales. It's high volume, cold outreach for tiny 1 to 5% commissions. It's exhausting. But high-ticket closing, you're dealing with warm leads. These are people who actually booked a call because they actively want a solution to their problem. The calls are a bit longer, the relationship is way more consultative, and you are taking home anywhere from 5 to 20% on packages worth thousands. It is just a completely different game.
Actually, I challenge you to figure out your own potential right now. Think of 3 industries you really like, research their high-ticket offers, and just do the math. If you close just 6 deals a month at $5,000 with a 10% commission, what does your life look like then? It's a real game changer.
Moving right along, Section 2, Core Skills You Must Master. Let's deconstruct this whole intimidating concept of sales into learnable, highly profitable pillars. You see, great closers aren't born. They just master 4 main pillars. First up is active listening. Most people just listen to reply, but closers, we listen to understand. Next is asking powerful questions. You want to reveal the emotional drivers behind a decision. Then, you're building genuine rapport by really matching their energy. And finally, uncovering their true motivation. You got to figure out, are they running away from pain or moving toward pleasure?
So, why do these specific skills matter so much? Because they are directly tied to your income progression. Look, a beginner closing just 4 to 6 deals can make up to $1,800 a month. Not bad, right? But as you master that active listening and emotional intelligence, your close rate just jumps. Elite closers are scaling past $30,000 a month. Your income is tied strictly to your skill level, not some annual corporate pay review.
But to get to those elite numbers, you absolutely need a bulletproof mindset. You should write out a personal closer creed to lock in your identity. And even more importantly, start a rejection journal. Literally log every single no you get and analyze what you'll do differently next time around. Resilience isn't just a personality trait you're born with, it's a muscle, and you build it through repetition.
All right, Section 3, How Sales Calls Actually Work. Let's remove the fear of the unknown and step right onto the battlefield. A sales call is definitely not a mystery. It follows a highly structured, super logical flow that takes someone from just curious to fully committed. First, you start with the introduction and rapport. Then, you move into discovery to really uncover their deepest pain points. Next, you present the customized solution. After that, you handle any objections they might have. And finally, you confidently ask for the sale. That's the whole shebang.
This overarching framework acts as your GPS. You literally never have to guess what to say next. If you ever feel lost or kind of overwhelmed on a live call, you just check the map. Just ask yourself, okay, which stage am I in right now, and what does this prospect need from me to confidently move to the next one?
Always remember this. A sales call is not a freestyle conversation. It's engineered. And honestly, that is fantastic news for you as a beginner, because it means preparation is going to beat natural charisma every single time. For sure.
This brings us to Section 4, practicing without any experience. This is where we completely eliminate the biggest excuse beginners have.
So how do you gain experience from absolute zero? You simulate the environment. Try role-playing twice a week with a partner. Record yourself and listen back. Seriously, this is exactly how you fix the #1 beginner mistake, which is talking way too much. Offer to do mock calls in LinkedIn communities or on Reddit. And to completely eradicate that fear of rejection, just do 10-minute daily objection drills out loud. You are basically building the ultimate reflex. Your assignment for this explainer is to find one practice partner this week. Message a friend or post in a sales group online. Record a 10-minute mock call today. I mean, even if you are literally just talking to yourself in the mirror, you have got to get those reps in.
And here is exactly how you leverage all that practice. You really don't need paying clients to prove you can sell. Just create a simple Google Doc and call it your closer portfolio. Add the recordings of your best mock calls, write a crisp little bio, and update your LinkedIn profile. Believe it or not, this simple document is all the proof a coaching business, an agency, or a course creator needs to give you your very first shot. Okay, let's bring all these elements together into a concrete timeline. Section 5, your 90-day success roadmap.
Here's a breakdown of your first 4 weeks, just so climbing this mountain feels like a series of small, super manageable steps. Week 1 is pure foundation, just memorizing that framework. Week 2, you start your very first role plays. Week 3 is all about objection mastery, really tackling those price and trust concerns head on. And by week 4, you're running full call simulations and building out that portfolio.
So where does this all lead long-term? Well, you start as an apprentice, but within months, you can become a junior and then a senior closer making up to $20,000 a month. But it doesn't even stop there. Closing is really just the seed. Once you master the psychology of sales, you can become a sales director, or hey, even launch your own agency. The ceiling is entirely up to you.
As we get near the end of this explainer, I really want you to remember one crucial thing. Every top closer out there, the ones earning $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, was once a complete beginner who knew absolutely nothing about sales. The only difference between them and everyone else, they simply started. The best closers in the world were not born with a silver tongue. They were forged through rejection, repetition, and relentless improvement. You are completely capable of doing this. You've got the blueprint and you've got the roadmap. So the only question left for you is, what is the very first step you are going to take today? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.